blinded by the light. Okay, so I'm Billy, this is Joy, this is Victoria, and this is Parnyan. And we are Team Oxymoron. And this is our AMT, the Cookie Monster. Nom nom nom. Nom nom. Nom. Okay, so our design goals, so we can go to the next slide. See, our design goals right here is to pass the course. And aside, of course, everybody's design goals is to do that. So aside from that, our design goals is to make a toy that's fun, entertaining, and yeah, very cute looking.
Who told you you will pass the course by making a toy?
You did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's not end session. Okay, so let's go to the next point, which is our concept map, which is a masterpiece. Okay, not so much. So we actually did our concept map along with our design for the sketches and stuff simultaneously, so that way we can have more coordination to what does what, and have it more consistent with the other parts. So yeah, and we got that. And then, so the final design is, ta-da! Okay, that's what we thought we were going with to begin with, but of course, got something much cuter. Yeah. So our next presenter is up.
So I'm going to talk about our design sketches. So we start off with our initial sketch. And the image on the right is our multi-view as well as isometric. Yeah. And this is our cross-section view. And the image on the right is our so however the original design needed the metal gear, so smaller size, which was beyond our budget to acquire. So as a result, we decided to redesign. So instead of having turning the gears that moves the pins, that moves the pocket valve. We got rid of the gears and we changed the shape of the crankshaft. So when we turn the crank, it moves the two long hooks up and down. That moves the puppet's mouth. Also, the signpost moves up and down as well when the crank is turned. So the image on the right is our final design of our mechanics. And overall, the design sketches was very useful when creating ideas, and were very helpful in modeling SolidWorks. And Victoria now is going to talk about our SolidWorks modeling stage.
So hi, I'm Victoria, and I'm going to talk about the SolidWorks model. So, and also I'm going to briefly touch on the design process, so you can see how the design evolved throughout this project. So as Joyce, oh no, wrong slide. Okay. Anyway, as Joy mentioned, we changed our designs quite a few times during the project. While we were putting up our first assembly, we realized we can actually make the model much simpler, and it would yield the same action as the original design, which was much more complicated. It had a rear, which a different surface. Anyway, so when we go back to our goals, this is what we wanted. We wanted a very simple design to do what we want the Cookie Monster to do. At the same time, we're going to use less materials if it were simpler. So, to make sure that our new design works, we built a prototype first, just to check if it's really going to move the pin up and down. And then we worked, and when we saw that it worked, we continually worked with our SolidWorks model. So our first SolidWorks model is here, the initial assembly. Sadly, the initial assembly, as awesome as it looks, which is not really awesome, did not work. Some parts we built some parts wrong. We used fillets instead of pins, so it had too many faces. The mouth would go this way when you turn the crank, we couldn't turn the crank. So, yeah. So what we did, while that was on hold, we continued building our physical model, and when we got really stuck with our SolidWorks model, we asked our instructor Sal to check, like, just to show how we're gonna build our model and make it work. So he said that maybe we should build it the same way that we built our model, because while we built our physical model, we sort of changed a lot of things. We made this design much more simpler. If you notice, the crank here had a few parts. We decided when we were building the physical model, we're just gonna make it with one wire, and then we made other parts even more simpler. So we decided to make it with exactly the way we made the physical model, and finally it worked. So I'm gonna show you the video of, never mind. How do we do that? Okay, just a few seconds here. So here is the video of the SolidWorks model working. So now it turns, yay. There you go. Okay. So, okay, that's pretty much it. Stop that. Anyway, so some insights on SolidWorks. There are some pros and cons using SolidWorks for us. Pros, it gives you a very comprehensive view of your model even before your construction. So it's good to see, it provides you enough information to work on and to spot improvement points and problem points even before you make the model. And some cons for us is that it couldn't model some of the parts that we have. If you see the mouth inside the Cookie Monster, we have some strings and elastic that we couldn't use, and also we had a difficult time making Cookie Monster because he's made out of wood. And also some dimensions are not the same. Here, the holes in the shaft would have the same dimensions, but in physical model, it's not the case. We have to remodel everything and so on and so forth. So Billy will demo the model for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, physical model. So for our materials, while we were building the thing, we actually went through the prototype, and it's like, oh, let's use cardboard. It's quick, disposable, easy to use, easy to get rid of. So we just built it out of cardboard, and we're like, hey, this is good enough. Cardboard holds. So we made it out of cardboard, except we didn't just have one layer. We had 3 layers. So next, we had testing. We tested some materials for, before we did the design changes, we were going with the gear and some gear things. So yeah, hopefully, yeah. So see, this is our testing phase. We were testing what would work and what wouldn't for gear. And we found out that towel on sandpaper works really nicely for gear, and like really nicely, which of course then we decided to make some design changes and totally lost that part. So yeah, after we're done with everything, we got this, which is our Cookie Monster with the cookie. Nom 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 nom. And this is our inside. Very, very simple. Very, very simple.
Oh, that's so cute.
As simple as it looks, it works. So yeah, this is what we have.
All right, so in summary, from this project, we learned a lot about spatial thinking, of course, that's something we did. It was really important to think about all the materials that we could use, about the law of physics as a question. What moves the next object and how they can work together. What are the constraints? What if we encounter some problems and one gets stuck to the next? Because in the beginning we thought about using elastic on elastic, and with friction we move the gears. So it was really important to think about materials and how we're going to do this before even building our AMT. Also, we wanted to really think about using materials that are simple, recycled, and good for the environment. Not too much materials were used. We kept it in budget because these coat hangers. Also, we really learned that we could make this project, our mechanic system,
the most simple and efficient way, and still make it work. And that was the lesson learned. So thank you to our instructors. Hopefully you were in lecture last week.
Thank you guys.